Hello, my name is Darius, and today we're going to go over challenges 1 through 10 of the January 2025 monthly challenges. The first challenge is Taliyah, and the special rules are Dune Striders. This is Shurima discount, and for this we're going to be using Darius. Could use Taliyah as well. Doesn't really matter because it's the first one, and I don't think anything's going to happen. And again, this month we are trying to do this with all rare relics, so hopefully I switched over, but doesn't really matter either way. Probably never actually going to get Darius on the board, so it kind of doesn't matter what we give him.
Begins with a single stitch. Off we go! Go down! Zoom! Speedy scoop!
So the ideal thing would be to attack with 15 power so we could rally, but I'm not pulling that off very well. Anyway, that should have been way easier than I made it seem. Challenge number 2 is Sejuani with natural magic and frenzied fighting. The player's units have +2/+2, and card costs are reduced. We're going to be using Darius again. The reason we're using Darius is because he's supposed to be fast, which I definitely did not show off last time. But with -2 cost and +2/+2, we should be able to rally on turn 1 and just win the game.
Trust nothing but your strength.
Sejuani's power is Endure, which gives things she plays +1/+1. It's not really that impactful. Might keep Trifarian Assessor. I might need to draw cards here. One thing with natural magic is the Legion Grenadier does come with Spirit Stone, which means you can play it infinity times. And that was from Frenzied Fighting. Shouldn't matter, we get a rally here. That's more or less how that should have gone last round, that I didn't manage to pull off. Challenge 3 is Ashe and Poppy. Special rules are animated armor, which gives all units formidable. For this, we're going to be using Taliyah. The reason to not use Darius again here is because Formidable kind of negates everything that he does. And our relics are going to be Scourge's Stash, Stalker's Blade, Crown Guard Inheritance. I don't know how much any of that's going to matter. I think I want something reasonably inexpensive. Might have been worth re-rolling there for something a little bit better. And getting more imagined possibilities is probably good. Equinox Crystal and Hibernating Rock Bear probably also good.
I'll lead the
And
way.
Ashe's power is Creeping Chill, which is round start. Frostbite, the strongest enemy. So basically the goal here is to wait till next round and then play Imagined Possibilities, and that's going to make all of these things into their unit versions. And then should win.
Huh? You want me?
And we go into Poppy, whose power is Heroics. Her units get, her strongest unit gets +1/+1 for each other unit at round start. We don't quite have enough to win yet, so I want a little bit more if I can.
Mama's home. Cooking with lead. There they. All right, team. Adventure time.
And here it might just be worth doing nothing.
Ready? We got this. Ow.
It is a good idea to remove
Point the way.
any of Poppy's units whenever possible. And somehow 8 damage. This will be a little bit more. Still not quite enough, but came close. Formidable, obviously, impacting this here.
Move out. If you want something done right, let me do it. No fear. No crime.
If it was important, they should have built it better. Why not?
Oh, I can fix that.
No problems. A little bit slower than I would have liked, but not a big deal. Challenge 4 is Tahm Kench with Special Rules Tranquil Winds. Each round the player's first Ionia card costs 1 less. We're gonna just ignore that and finish off Darius here. With the +4/+4, I don't think Tahm Kench is going to be able to eat any of our units, which will be pretty good.
It is my mouth into which all travels end.
Do have a way to trigger the double Scourge's stash here with Death's Hand, so I'm going to keep it.
Who's gonna get in my way? Jesus lives on. Yippee! I talk to spirits. These are my rules.
I don't want to pass. Unfortunate.
It is expensively unique.
It was a risk, but I thought it was going to be fun. go ahead and we don't have any fast spells that we can play. Play Trifarian Assessor.
Something scrumptious. My axe is ready.
Shoot and wait. You call, I'll respond.
Blind for nonsense. Well,
Challenge 5 is Zoe and Fizz. Special rules are Lingering Shadows. When a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1/+1, and Flash of Steel. Round start, stun the player's strongest unit. And we're going to be using Taliyah again. Basically on the early ones, we're just trying to go through them quickly because they're not going to pose any challenge. Initially, I liked to use things that I wanted to level on the early challenges because, you know, gives it an opportunity to level up, but the XP is actually pretty bad, so there's no reason to do it, and it takes just a longer amount of time than going through an adventure would. No point in doing that. At least for Crystal Carrier here. You can also Vile Feast with Zoe and then do 3 damage. But I think we're just gonna do Spiderlings instead. That sounds pretty good. So because Spell Shield we can't do that anymore. But we can get a hit in, which will let us drop Taliyah from the Scourge's stash. We haven't really played any landmarks though, so she's not anywhere close to leveling up.
Let the land do the work.
And I think my cards are probably fine. Maybe I could have gone and removed one. Shouldn't really matter. We go into Fizz, whose power is Mercurial Nature. Gets like a card for free. Round start, the foe creates in hand a fleeting spell that costs 3 or less from the regions. It costs 1 less. It's about what I said. Spell for free. It's an any card. No, fleeting spell.
I pull the strings.
Played Crawling Sensation, probably would have been good.
I wonder how many pebbles I can stack on you. Sing me the song of the rock.
I don't know why I thought Vile Feast did 2 damage, but I really did. Anyway, that's that. Challenge 6 is Lee Sin with Combat Awareness and Survival of the Fittest. So all units have Scout, and rounds start to obliterate the foe's strongest unit to grant double its stats to the foe's strongest unit. I'm a little bit afraid of that because of the potential that it has when combined with Scout. So, I don't know. I don't think it'll actually matter, but I am going to use Diana here because Diana with a Scout for free is really good. She used to be incredible when Gale Force didn't shuffle her randomly back into your hand. Or into your deck. You used to just put it back in your hand. And that was really, really good. Elusive is considerable. Plus stats, maybe better.
Your will, my hands.
And him starting is actually terrible. Well, I guess he can't play Lee Sin, so that's pretty good.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared. Temperamental as moonlight.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish. Moon sister.
The full moon awakens the soul.
Extend your senses.
I was kind of hoping for a solution here, but we didn't find one.
My lands need me.
So if we do block,
We will
they'll play the 2 resonating strikes, and then they'll attack again. I think that's fine.
Let me know if you still want them science lessons, Jay.
That will do, Axel. Yeah!
Potentially can get barrier here, yeah.
The dragon will.
And now that he's leveled, he's going to be very powerful.
Not my fists.
Our enemies would be foolish to underestimate you.
I'd bring it down to 7, and then I can do 3 damage, which I actually don't think is worth enough here. Could attack, he'll probably block the Forge Worker with Lee Sin,
Your lesson begins.
but that'll remove the barrier, and then we can just get rid of both of these units. We could have removed one of them ahead of time, which maybe was correct.
Speak through me.
A double attack with Scout is, not great. Here we're just trying to trigger Nightfall.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
I'm all warmed up.
If I block with Chase, they'll use double resonating strike. They'll probably do that anyway. But at least I keep my Jace this way. And
Sun goes down, we strike.
sure,
They forced us to choose.
made a mistake there. Was supposed to
For change.
Nightfall Cygnus,
Cover of night.
and I did not. But it doesn't matter. Challenge 7 is Karma and Swain with Mortal Marks. When any player summons a unit, set itself to 1, and on stable technology, grant a random keyword to the first unit the foe summons each round. For this, I'm going to be using Jack, which I think will work. Jack is pretty good into Mortal Marks, because Jack, basically whenever you gain spell mana, you kill their entire board. So that's, pretty good. Draw champions always pretty good. And then for relics, we're using Troll King's Crown for Overwhelm, Armadillo Shell for Tough, and Berserker's Buckle to scale. We can use the fight ability to force the opponent to attack us, which will trigger Berserker's Buckle, which is pretty good. When we play Metal Babs, it'll attune, so I want their board full before we do that.
not for fear. Nagakoboro surrounds us.
I'm gonna tentacle smash, nothing to draw Jack.
Cut through the light.
Do I have to kill around here for an invitation, huh?
Prize fight is the ability I was talking about. So let's parlay first to get rid of this deathless.
Take the high ground.
And then we can prize fight here. We're already at 1 hit point, so that doesn't actually make a difference, but we do get +2/+2 for doing it. And then we can use the coin. And then we can attack.
Nagakoboros moves within me!
That was basically the goal and the idea. We can do better. Scout on Alawi is probably amazing. Would be my guess. At the healer, we want to remove our worst card, which is probably going to be Slippery Wave Rider. Maybe they're all just fine. I don't know. Swain's power is suffer around start, deal 1 to all the damaged units, the player's damaged units. But if our units get damaged, they're dead anyway, so it probably doesn't actually make a difference here.
Explosives primed.
Here we're just gonna parlay. And the Watchful Idol will give us 1 mana, which will let us play. I guess it just died. Why did it die? Oh, because it only had 1 hit point and round start does 2 to it. Got it. Probably should have given it barnacles then. My bad. Randomly got spirit, that's fine. We'll attack, we can prize fight. We do want to save Knuckle for when we have more mana, so we can take advantage of all of its ability.
Disease protection takes many forms.
I thought that was kind of likely.
Stand and be tested. Nagasho! Witness truth! Come! Test yourself! Nagasho! Witness truth!
And at this point, we should probably just be good.
Nagasho!
So, why ankle knuckle?
Gonna attack with everything here.
This is it! Land or drown! Look and see the glory of Nagasho.
Challenge 8 is Darius with Embrace the Current. When the player plays a spell, they refill 1 spell mana and Shifting Miss. Round start, if the foe has the attack token, they summon an Encroaching Miss. For this, we're going to be using Nami, as soon as I can find Nami. And the relics are going to be Echoing Spirit, which we're not allowed to use. So we're going to switch that off for Hymn of Valor, probably. Hymn of Valor, Grand General's Counterplan, and Chemtech Duplicator. Once Nami gets going, she's basically infinite. Echoing Spirit does make it better. And my game froze. Okay. May as well take Lux because we're going to be using a lot of spells anyway. Something very weird is happening. Alright, things seem to be working again. We picked up Lux. Tidal Wave will draw us the champion, which is good enough for me. And when we play Nami, we can draw a spell. It's also good. We got Draven, whose power is God among gladiators. Round end, the foe summons Draven if he isn't in play. When Draven attacks, give him +1/+0 and double attack this round. Which can be very bad if he levels up because he gets overwhelmed. But generally speaking, not an issue.
I need just a moment.
We do get mana back when we play a spell. So, along with Nami's power, which also gives you mana back if you play a spell. So playing spells will be
But I will see it through.
basically free, which is good.
Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tides. Rise with the surf.
And our fourth spell will give us
At the tide, I will
a double, which will give us even more spell mana.
my people. Ride the surging tides. Let the tide carry you.
Draven down.
Rise with the surf. Remember me. Ride the surging tides.
And we do have Hymn of Valor here. And we'll put it on our elusive unit. Actually, we don't have to pull him because he can't block. And that is that. Challenge 9 is Azir and Poppy. Special rules are no looking back while the player has no cards in their hand. Their units have +2/+2. This has never happened. And Fixer Upper. Round start, give the foe's weakest unit +3/+3 this round. I wrote down that I wanted to use Yasuo for this, so presumably I have some fear about it. Azir's generally powerful, and I assume that's what that is. I don't know how many stars my Yasuo has. Apparently 5 now. Not sure when I did that. But yeah, Yasuo tends to be very, very good, so probably not much to worry about. Legion General at 1 cost is kind of pointless, right? Yeah, it's gotta be pointless. Cost reduction on Steel Tempest is great, and then I don't think Fade Blade Twirler with a starting Quick Strike Blade is any good. Now we go to Poppy, whose power is Heroics, which is their units get +1/+1 for their strongest unit gets +1/+1 for each of their other units in play. We do get Yasuo in hand, which is all we need. Oh, I didn't switch out his Wind Blade. I'll just play as if I had 1 less mana. So yeah.
Think you're fast? Cute.
That's mainly the reason we use it.
Underestimate. I dare you.
Death is like always by my side. But he never gets any.
Now what's up, Silverhand?
Poppy, am I the hero beyond this very field? Eh?
I
I
sure
will
hope
fix
so.
that.
Let me know if you find it.
Underestimate. I dare you.
Maybe I do have a future. I do.
He wasn't the hero.
Big blade for a little warrior.
Come from the tree.
One step closer.
Little sad about that. But it would have looked exactly the same. Like actually exactly the same. Farsighted Alteration is good because Yasuo has such a strong win condition. If you don't have him, it's bad. And we're gonna change that to Crown Guard Inheritance. It won't matter for this round, but if we end up using him again, then it'll be set. And again, we'll just play as if he has 1 less mana. can get rid of your worst card, which is usually Shadow Assassin. It can also be Blast Code Seedling. Either of those is fine. And Azir's power is the Emperor's Army. Foes, sand soldiers everywhere have +2/+0. So here we would have 3 mana, not 4. And go ahead and take the scout attack. I'll give him a chance to play Azir. You can drop Yasuo, we would have -2 mana here, so we wouldn't have any more mana extra. Here we'd get -3, so 5. And this is the kind of thing that, you know, is scary.
Maybe I do have a future. No cure. Quick footwork, fast strikes.
Watch and learn.
Kinda want him to play a unit.
I face my fate. Your turn.
That's gotta hurt.
And we would be maybe -5 mana here, so I'm not gonna play anything.
One blade, one furnace.
As you can see, it doesn't really matter. I think the 4th star on Yasuo is very good because he really likes having mana, like more so than other things, so you do want to get that. It's also why we put Windblade on him, even though the actual effect of Windblade doesn't really matter. And for challenge 10, we're using Elder Dragon with Banshee's Veil and 2 times Curator's Gatebreaker. It's going to be Ashe and Sejuani. Special rule is magic number. When the player draws a card, set its cost to 3, and disarmed, the player's units have -1, -0. Basically, dropping Elder Dragon should end the game, and if we draw him, he'll be set to 3, which is really good. Take Ezreal. I'm fine taking this Aurelion Soul too. That'll give us extra draw here.
Trust nothing but yourself.
And again, Sejuani's power is Endure, which is when she summons a unit, they get +1/+1. So yeah, that's basically ideal.
Wonder at my creation! Victory today!
We'll go ahead and remove a card. Wounded Blight Flames probably would have been the choice there. We go into Ashe's power is Creeping Chill. Round start. Frostbite the player's strongest unit. We're keeping these weird hands to give us a higher chance of drawing into what we actually want. Didn't work out this time.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
And now we'll have Elder Dragon for next round. because of Shadow Totem, we do want to play him on a round where he'll duplicate.
All the world on one arrow.
Without me.
Yeah, I think we have to do that. I very much overthought that, but we did want to get rid of anything with more than 4 attacks so that Fearsome wouldn't get blocked. And that is it. That is challenges 1 through 10 for January. Yeah, I'll do the rest of them at a different time. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Obviously nothing interesting happened here because it's challenges 1 through 10.